Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to our HAAS playthrough here on F1 Manager on the PS5. Season 2, Round 8. We're heading to Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix and our dominant season continues. We are sitting very pretty at the top of the Constructors' Championship, as you can see, 308 points to Ferrari's 160. In the drivers, equally dominant. You can see our two drivers separated by just 4 points. Closest rival is Charles Leclerc in third on 100 points. And we have a new chassis coming up, I think, today. Or maybe tomorrow. Let's have a look. See all projects. I think the chassis has already gone through. I think we must have added that at the end of the last episode. Let me have a look in our warehouse. Chassis. Yeah, brand new chassis just installed there. Okay, so let's take a look at our car development for this race. We know that it's likely that we'll see some upgrades for the AI around this point. Let's have a look. We are still top in pretty much every category apart from brake cooling and engine cooling, which is still mighty impressive but has the gap closed. Let's take a look at Ferrari. Speed wise, we've got a small advantage that'll help at a circuit like this. The low speed cornering is very close, as is the medium speed cornering. Got a bit of an advantage in the high speed, but that's not really going to help us here. A little bit of a boost in terms of top speed for DRS. Acceleration is the same, but it's the dirty air where we've got the big performance gains over Ferrari, as you can see. Looking quite strong there. Let's take a look at Red Bull. Take a look at Max's car. So again, you can see the Red Bull slightly faster than the Ferrari in the straight line, but we've got more of an advantage in the cornering over them, both in clean and dirty air compared to Ferrari. So, yeah, we could see Max up there this weekend. The Ferrari is going to be pretty strong. Max is going to be pretty strong. High speed is definitely something that is key on this circuit in terms of straight line speed. Let's take a look at the circuit itself. There you can see it's almost all low speed corners and flat out straights, and then just one medium speed and one high speed corner towards the end of the circuit there, going into the final stretch. So yeah, low speed performance is going to be very, very important here, as is top speed. So we're quite nicely balanced here. We are a little bit faster than everybody else in the straight line, and we are faster than everybody else in the slow corners. So we should comfortably go for a 1-2 here. Should being the operative word. How you doing, Jeremy? Good to see you. Right, cars are built. Let's just take a quick check. Have we got any points to allocate? No, we haven't. Oh, we have got a point with Simone Resta. Okay, let's allocate that out. What are we working on right now in terms of upgrades? And have we got an extra slot available? No, we don't. So we are currently working on a new underfloor, new side pods, and a new suspension. So there's not much point putting the points in any one of those three categories. So let's go ahead and put it in the chassis. Underfloor, side pod, suspension are the three that we're working on, I think. Yeah, underfloor, side pod, suspension. So yeah, we'll put it in the chassis. That should help. We do have a point for Jared as well. We know how important the DRS is now, and his stat isn't great, so we're going to put a stat point in there because it's not as powerful as it used to be, so we need to boost that now as quick as we can. Pit crew coming along slowly but surely, almost up to 60 with our tyre changes. And that is everything that we can get done. So let's head into the race. Oh yes, we need to do our performance targets. I forgot about that. So quali position 2 in the top 6. We should be able to do that nice and comfortably. So obviously we'll get both cars in Q3 and both cars in Q2. There we go. Onto the finish position. Target is 1 car in the top 6. Yeah, it should be easy. Fastest lap should easily be achievable given our car. The quali streak needs 1 car in 8th position for 1 more race to complete that streak. It's a very small one. It's not going to pay a lot of money, but it all adds up, I suppose. The finish position streak 2 in the top 4. We need 1 more result there, and that will pay us a nice big chunk of cash. 3.6 mil to be precise. So yeah, fingers crossed we will achieve all of our goals and make some money.
Hello from Baku, where we're looking forward to a weekend of racing among the medieval and the modern, here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Drivers will be battling it out on the streets of the Baku city circuit, a real contradiction of a track. From the long main straight, where the less drag the better, to the tight turns where downforce is a necessity. Teams are going to have to work hard to get that balance right. We're about halfway through the season now, and there's still plenty of time for everything to change. All eyes are on the teams and how they tackle the rest of the year. The competition is on.
How am I today? I'm not too bad, Jeremy. Thanks for asking. Feeling old. It is my birthday today. So, yeah, another age ticking over. It is what it is. It's just a day now. On to our practice. So, we're going to put Logan in the car. Who did we put in last time? So we put Magnussen in round 6. Because that was Spain and we couldn't take Fernando out of the car. So round 8 means it's Magnussen's turn again. There we go. We need to swap out those newer engines. There we go. ERS units are both fine. Gearboxes, I'm going to put the older gearboxes in. Okay, car setup. Let's see, we want let's go with a 10 rear wing because our car is so strong. Let's try going really extreme on the wing. So we'll go with a 2, a 10, a 2.8, a 2.8, sorry, a 0.295 or 2.95, and then a 1. There we go. Number of laps, I think 17 laps will be enough. Drop the fuel out. For this car we will go very similar, so we'll go with a 1.5, and again we'll go with a 10 on the rear wing, a 2.8, a 3.05 and a 1. That is just in tolerance with cornering, so that could be good. Right, there we go. That's our 2 cars set. Let's go with 17 laps. Drop the pace down and into practice 1 we go. I hope you enjoyed your birthday on Friday.
And radio check when you can.
Did you get up to anything exciting? Oh, there we go. Right. 17 laps actually goes past the half-hour mark, so I have to remember that for next time. This is a 15/16 lap practice.
Oh, we've had a spin.
You didn't do anything? No, I haven't really done anything on mine either. I made some thumbnails for the Aston Martin series. I need to make some Season 3 thumbnails for Williams. This is the last thumbnail I've got for HAAS, so I need to make some more HAAS thumbnails tomorrow. I did treat myself to Seasons 1 to 5 of Rick and Morty on Blu-ray, so I watched Season 1 earlier. But apart from that, yeah, not been up to much. It's a lot of traffic there.
Update when you can.
Okay, 87% isn't quite what I was hoping for. Let's call Logan in now. Right, what do we need to change? Oh, the rear wing. So that needs to be a 10.5. Okay, I've got a few 10.5s to look at. Let's go with... all my 10.5s have a 3.7 rail bar. Okay. So now I need to find one that kind of looks like it's going to fit. Let's go with a 2, 10.5, 3.7. A minus 2.85 and a 0.7. That's close, but it's not quite right. I have got I sound like Roy Walker from Catchphrase. It's good, but it's not right. There we go. That looks a bit more like it. We're close on traction, not perfect, but very close on cornering, spot on with braking, close on the oversteer. Yeah, I think that could be it. So we'll put on some fresh tyres and send it back out again. Uh, 85 on Fernando, so that means that's probably going to be a rear wing change as well. We'll let him finish his, or get a little bit more laps under his belt before we call him in. Okay, Alonso releases a huge wave of traffic straight onto the back of Logan. And yeah, we have to change the rear wing. So we'll go there. This one's a bit... Could that be it? Let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. Send them back out nice and quickly because a rear wing change doesn't take very long. Alright, should get some feedback from Logan pretty soon. What's the pace like? He's only 0.2 off Alonso. That's good. Ooh, someone has crashed. I wonder who and I wonder where. Ocon on turn 1.
Let's see what happened there. Okay, so there we have the Alpine. there's the crash.
Okay, not too bad. It could have been a lot worse. At least he can carry on. And probably minimal damage to the car. There we go, 100%. So changing to that setup definitely worked. Now we can call him in because he's done everything he needs to. So we'll save the car. Just need to wait on Fernando now. So not really much of an improvement. There are other things that need to be tweaked. Okay, let's call them in. And take a look. So yeah, the roll bar does need to change. That needs to be a 3.7. We do have the right figure on our cornering. So we can put that where it needs to be. So let's see, it's a 2, 10.5, a 3.7, it's a 2.9. I wonder, is it going to be the same setup? 2.85, 0.7, not quite, because the front wing needs to change. So let's go to our 1.5, 2.9, 0.75. Gap looks a little big on the braking stability, but this is a setup I've got that has worked in the past, so yeah, we'll give it a go. We'll run that in the next session. And that's practice one done for us. Once again, it's heartening to see that Alonso's pace is not that much faster than Sargent's. You know, we are definitely getting close to Sargent becoming a very accomplished young driver. If we stick him in the car now, he could probably end up beating quite a lot of the field, but you know, we've got two drivers fighting for a championship, and we don't want to just pluck one of them out, you know, partway through the season. So we'll keep him to the end of the season in the reserve role. He's going to be so good when he gets in the car next year. Right, let's change some tyres. Let's put hard tyres on, and we'll send the guys out for 24 laps for Fernando. That should be more than enough. Kevin obviously needs to do a longer run because he hasn't been in the first session. So we want to go 32 laps. Drop his pace. I'm actually going to take another couple of laps off Fernando. There we go. And out we go. Gene HAAS must be, you know, wishing he had a car and driver combination as effective as we've got right now. In-game Kevin Magnussen is, I think it's fair to say, better than real-life Kevin Magnussen, because they based his stats on that stunning, you know, beginning of the season performance when HAAS looked mighty in that first race. And he kind of fell away a bit right until the end of the season, where obviously got that pole position in the sprint at Brazil. But yeah, that was there was an element of good fortune in the timing on that one. But it was still a mighty impressive drive. But he hasn't had the consistency or the pace that this game's version demonstrates. So I think he needs to be nerfed just a little bit for next season, or or the next version of the game. Right, how is our setup for Fernando? 95%. Okay, so still a little bit of work needed. We'll do that in the next session. We'll just let him carry on running for now. Bit of gearbox wear. Just realised I never actually looked to see what the weather was going to be like for this race weekend. I have no idea if we have any rain forecast. I don't think we do. But rain could make the race itself interesting. Right, what do we need to change? Ooh, need to go back to a 2 on the front wing. That is going to affect that. There we go, make that change. So let's try that. Okay, so Fernando's car is ready to rock for FP3 now. You think the weather show partly sunny on Saturday and Sunday? Yeah, like I said, I don't think I saw any rain, but I never paid any real particular attention to it, so we'll check when we get back to the garage. Okay, there we go. Session is over.
Welcome back to what is proving...
Yeah, there we go. Partly cloudy. So, medium tyres are in order this time. 15 laps will be enough to find out whether we've got enough to, what's the word I'm looking for? Whether the setup is good enough to give me 100%, but I do need to run a little bit more fuel than that, just in case it is 100% and I don't need to come back in, so that I can run for half the session and get the full XP. Kevin needs to run for a bit longer. I'm going to put him in for 25 laps. There we go. Did check his pace, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, into FP3 we go. Ooh, did I change his tyres? Yes, I did. Phew. Worrying I'd sent him out of the wrong tyre compound then. Okay. So we just need to wait and see whether or not this is going to be a 100 setup. Magnussen, has he got enough run time? Yes, he has. He'll reach 100% on his track knowledge before his stint finishes. As will Fernando. '97. It's close. I'm not going to call him in. Not yet, anyway. I'm hoping that that bonus will tick up to 15 when Fernando's track knowledge hits 100. No. Okay, so that means we are probably going to need to make a tweak to get the extra point. What needs to be tweaked? It's the front wing. Ooh, okay. So we need a 2.5 on the front wing. I need to re-correct. Ooh, is that too much? Yeah, let's go for it. Am I going to have enough time to actually confirm this setup? I don't think I am, so we'll just trust that that change isn't going to completely break the car, and we'll leave as is and run that change in quali. You never know if the if the car part knowledge goes up a little bit more. See there is the full bonus for Kevin. And Kevin's in. So, yeah, that's it. End of session.
Someone spun out.
It's only 1 point that we're going to miss out on, so it's not too bad. Shouldn't have a huge bearing on his performance. How you doing there, Mr. Water? I'm doing okay, thanks for asking. How are you tonight? Alright, there we go. Practice is done. Once again, we are stealthing ourselves at the bottom of the leaderboards. So, we've made the change for Fernando's car ready for this session. Let's swap some parts out. So, let's get rid of those worn, knackered gearboxes. And we'll put in yeah, this is too fast a circuit for us to get away with using those really old engines, unfortunately. Alright, we'll just have to play it by ear. ERS modules are fine. Let's go into qualifying. Put a little gap between our two cars. So getting out of Q1 should be a formality. We haven't got traffic in the way really, so no, this shouldn't be a factor. Magnussen once again has a slight edge, but it is very slight, just 32 thousandths. And Verstappen nearly 4 tenths off. Hopefully Q2 will be pretty much a formality as well. We will try and run those scrub tyres, make it through that way. Let's see what the Ferraris can do. Oh wow, Leclerc is very fast. Look at that. Sainz isn't too far off either. So we've got a fight on our hands with Leclerc, it would seem. We might not even get the front row here. We might, well, we're going to get one car on the front row, but I don't think we'll get both on the front row if Leclerc keeps that kind of pace going. I did say at the start of the stream tonight that I think Ferrari were going to be pretty rapid here, and we're seeing signs of that. The field are definitely starting to close us up a bit. And we end up behind both Ferraris. No, sorry, behind Leclerc and Verstappen, the two guys, and I thought would be our biggest threat, have both gone fast. Wow, half a second they gained on that second run. Okay, so the track definitely gripped up a bit. Right, we definitely want to try and save those tyres if we can. We got 99%. That's pretty close. That should hopefully be enough to get them that extra bonus point. Let's get those scrubs on and try and ease our way through into Q3. Okay, so Leclerc's going to get a clean run. Might even get a benefit of a tow at the end of his lap behind Russell. Are we going to get a clean run? Yes, we are. No one's coming out. Actually, someone might come out in front of Leclerc. Yeah, Hamilton's coming out. Okay, that might mess up Leclerc. Albon's going to get in the way as well. Did he get held there? I'm not too sure. We'll find out when he crosses the line, I suppose. Is he on scrubs as well? Yes, he is. So, 1-2. Alonso a little bit further behind this time. And Leclerc immediately goes faster than... Is Leclerc looking... He did get that toe off Russell. Oh, okay. We might have to be a little tactical here then in Q3. We might have to sacrifice one of our drivers to give the other one a slipstream. Actually, it might not be a sacrifice, but... Our car is very strong in dirty air, so it shouldn't affect the training car too much. And they'll definitely get a nice speed performance boost when it comes to the straights. Okay, let's speed up to the end of the session. Hamilton in the danger zone at the moment, as is Russell. Ricciardo once again, well, I was going to say massively outperforming Norris, but Norris had a dirty run by the look of it. Let's see what he does this time round. Can the Ferraris go even quicker? They should do, they're on brand new tyres now. Everyone should go quicker. Albon can't make the top 10. He's the first to go. Hamilton doesn't make the top 10. He's down in 12th. Russell stays 14th. What is going on for Mercedes here? And Leclerc finds another 2/10. So Vettel is also out. Norris also out. He's 10th and a half behind Ricciardo in the end. So pretty closely matched between the two. Gasly and Ocon both through. What has gone wrong with Mercedes here? Is it because we poached Jared? It might be because we poached Jared Murphy. They don't have their low downforce specialist aero guy anymore. And this circuit is dominated by low speed cornering. So maybe they've got a car that just doesn't have the medium, the low speed performance, and also still has quite a bit of drag, which would make it slow on the straights as well. That's a huge amount of time to be off. I'm kind of a little shocked by that. Alright, well, we are comfortably through, but we are going to have a real fight on our hands for pole position here by the look of it. Let's head on into Q3.
And radio check when you can.
Radio is good.
And given the pace of the Ferraris, I'm wondering whether the one stop or the two stop is going to be the better strategy here. A one stop will give us less traffic to deal with. Two stop could potentially be quicker given our car, because we'd have two sets of softs. We could go soft, medium, soft. Start strong, try and pull a gap. Mediums in the middle, and then finish strong on softs, and get the fastest lap in the process. I might go with that. I suppose it depends on whether or not we get pole position. Alright, so given that Magnussen has had a slight edge over Alonso all the way through quali, we're going to send him out first. Get Alonso right behind him, try and get the benefit of the tow. And see if we can't pull both cars onto the front of the grid. So, Alonso is where he needs to be. So let's make sure he does not fight Magnussen. Let's get forward to the lap itself. And this is the first lap that we could potentially not get pole position at, because the Ferraris have been very quick. I want to see purples across the board here. First sector split coming up just in front of this next corner. There we go. Magnussen went fastest and was immediately pipped by Alonso. I want to see the same again in sector 2. Doesn't look like any... Oh, Verstappen with a small improvement. Gasly doesn't improve. Sector 2 split coming up. We are not the fastest in the middle sector. That is a surprise. That's a big surprise. Alright, here we go. Final sector to the drive to the line. Alonso edging up on the back of Magnussen here. And it's enough. We take pole position. Magnussen only just gets ahead of Leclerc, but Alonso, with that slipstream, manages to get an extra couple of tenths. We had to work hard for that one, though. Ferrari are going to be very dangerous in this race. Verstappen a bit further away than I thought he'd be. Sainz as well, for that matter. Maybe they just couldn't get the run that they needed in the first session, and then their tyres were in the first run, and their tyres were too worn out for the second run. But you know, come the race, I think they'll be closer than that. We've basically got to look at Magnussen's pace as the true pace of the car, not Alonso's, because Alonso was very much in the slipstream all the way along that back straight. Evening, Anthony. How you doing? So, we got the 1-2, but we had to work very hard to make sure we got the 1-2. And we're going to have to work even harder in the race.
It's time for the final touches here on the grid, ahead of today's race.
HAAS set themselves up for success during the race here with some spectacular qualifying lap times. It's going to be an exciting race for sure. We saw a solid qualifying performance from Ferrari, and they're sure to have their chance to push even further during the race. And the weather is sunny here today, apart from a few clouds. Let's hope they remain scattered on the horizon.
But for now, though, let's get ready for all the action of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Okay, so let's take a look at soft, medium, soft. Because I think that is the strategy to go for. That looks to be the sweet spot in terms of race time. And oh yeah, it's very much faster. The only downside is traffic, but our car should be more than strong enough to cut through that traffic with minimal fuss. So we will definitely do the 2-stop. Of course, a safety car could completely throw our strategy out the window. We'll just have to see. Do I take fuel out? This is a very fuel heavy circuit. It's 2.1 kilos. If I do get a safety car, I'm going to end up with way too much fuel. Yeah, I'm gonna take a lap of fuel out. We can always do save some in the slipstream, and fingers crossed, you know, we'll actually recover quite a bit as well. So we are ready. Anthony's done 3 races in his 3rd season, bit of a mixed bag. Car isn't as good as you'd hoped. Midfield's really tight. Yeah, you'll find that, especially as you move up the order and get less and less hours. The reason our car is so dominant at the moment this season is because we had the most hours, and I was very clever with how I developed the car and researched for this season. We were getting, you know, the most hour allocations in season 1 because of where HAAS had finished in 2020. Next season, this car is going to have significantly reduced hours available compared to where we were. It's already got reduced hours this season based on finishing 3rd in the championship last year. And with a change of drivers next year, yeah, and the reduced hours again, next season could be a bit tougher.
I don't want to tempt fate, but there are quite a few clouds overhead as we look at the lineup on the grid. Looking at Fernando Alonso here. They're in P1. Let's see if they can take advantage of that position. Then we have Kevin Magnussen. A 2nd place start for them today. They're in with a real chance. And we're just moments away now. Here we go with the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, we're on the soft, so we should get a good strong start. What is everybody else on? Oh, most people are on softs actually. Gasly and Ocon on mediums. Vettel, Russell's down in 15th now. Schumacher and Tsunoda, the other soft medium runners. Everyone else on softs. So, given how fast the Ferraris were in quali, I don't want to blow all my ERS, only for them to start pulling it back in the DRS zones. So, we're going to hold on to our battery charge for now. I'm hoping we're actually going to be able to just naturally pull away enough in this opening lap. We are running slightly under fuel, so we should have a little bit more speed. We're saving what, 2 kilos of fuel. We have almost got a second on Leclerc already. We may do a little splash of battery at the end of the second lap, just to make sure we do get that 1 second gap. But I'm not going to burn my entire battery, because then if the Ferraris do come back, which I'm expecting them to, they're already breaking away from Verstappen as well, then they're going to, they're going to be very hard to fight off and get back past again. I'm going to have to spend several laps recharging, which will drop me significantly off their pace. Big gap opening up between Verstappen and Bottas already. 1.5 seconds. Perez stuck behind Bottas there. And Gasly, the first of the medium runners, just about hanging on to the back of Perez. Ocon is already dropping off the back of Ricciardo. He's the second medium runner. Just about in DRS range at the moment. But he is right on the cusp. We just about have the 1 second that we need to Leclerc. I'm going to just... Oh, Kevin spun. Oh, disaster. Okay, so Alonso's going to get caught. The Ferrari's going to hunt him down.
Oh, there's a spin!
And Kevin's going to have to wait for the whole field to go through before he can get going again. There we go. 2 seconds off the back of Tsunoda. Right, now we're going to have to use that battery.
So deployed.
Copy.
Hamilton's gone to Alpine, eh? Yeah, if Hamilton leaves Mercedes there and leaves a vacant seat, it's usually Bottas that replaces him. Be interesting to see in our Williams season who actually, if Bottas and Hamilton are the Mercedes lineup for season 3 of Williams, because George Russell isn't there anymore. He's now signed for us. So if Hamilton re-signs for Mercedes and there's still a vacant seat, that could be filled by Bottas. We could see the band getting back together again. Oh, around the outside there. They're a corner you just can't overtake at. Somehow we managed it.
HAAS with an overtake!
Alonso was actually pulling away from Leclerc. I did not expect that. I thought the Ferraris would start to hunt him down. Mind you, we are still only on lap 3. Let's see if they start swapping positions on the back straight here. Get out of the way, Latifi. There we go. Oh, you git.
At the moment, we are the fastest car on track. So you are doing a good job.
That little driving clean air trick, it works sometimes, but more often than not it doesn't. It depends.
And
if
you
you're
are doing a
trying to
good
get
job.
past a car that's slower, then it usually works. If you're trying to get past a car that's similarly paced to you, or even a little bit quicker, but you're in the DRS zone, it might work every now and again, but more often than not it won't. It's really helpful for getting through the slow traffic quickly. Just pulling out into the clean air and then just whizzing past. Right, just use some battery to get onto the back of Russell, then we'll turn it off. I have to charge Kevin up now. Just didn't want to lose the acceleration boost at the start of this section here.
Charge button on.
Copy that.
Right, can we follow Russell through here? Yes, we can. Joe trying to hang on. But we get the move done.
You are doing a good job.
He'll come back at us on the inside, maybe. Yep, but we've got the inside now.
HAAS with an
And the
overtake
inside in the
there.
next turn as well, so we should be good here. Yeah, there we go. Move is done. Took a few corners though. Oh, Alonso is really sprinting, isn't he? Yeah, he's nearly 3 seconds ahead of the Ferraris now. Looks like Leclerc is being held up by Sainz being in front of him. Verstappen's still hanging onto the back just as well. It's going to be touch and go. I think he just got DRS. Yeah, he did. Okay, another place gained. Vettel up next.
Keep doing the same.
Guys need 20 seconds off the back of his teammate now.
Is that a new race
That
position
spin's
for
cost him
HAAS?
so much. Luckily, should be quick with this tyre strategy, but yeah, it looks as though Alonso's on for the win. Kevin's going to be lucky to get the podium, I think. It depends what the Ferraris do in terms of strategy. It also depends, of course, as well, if we get a safety car.
There will be charge button off.
Copy.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Okay, we'll get
Copy
some DRS here. And some nice little slipstream. Yeah, that driving clear air trick is going to become less and less effective the further up the grid we go.
You're doing a good job.
Once we get to Hamilton, we probably won't be able to use it, very effectively.
Haas with an overtake.
But battery is almost fully charged again. We are making good
And
progress
charge button
back through
off.
the field here.
Copy.
Stroll up next, and he currently does not have DRS to the back of Hamilton, which will make him easier to get past. Let's see if we can get him on this
Use
straight.
DRS.
Copy.
Alright, we're inside 1 second, so we should get the DRS now.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
Copy that.
I see if Stroll goes defensive like Vettel did. He'll make it much easier for us to try and pass him if he does. Oh, did he get DRS? No, he didn't. Okay. Yeah, we're not getting the clean air boost here. Isn't really a good overtaking opportunity now till the end of the lap, so we'll just stay tucked up in charge. The whole field's condensing up behind Ocon right now. Ocon, Albon, Norris, Hamilton, and then Stroll. All concertinaing together. And then there's a 3-second gap to another little concertina, which is Ricciardo, Gasly, Bottas and Perez. And somehow Verstappen is still clinging on, although I think he's just dropping out of DRS this lap. Yeah, Verstappen's out of DRS range, so he might start dropping back from the Ferraris now. Depends if he can close up under braking or not. As Leclerc retakes second place from Sainz. And Verstappen is still over a second behind.
Charge button off.
Copy that.
And we are stuck. We're not going to get past.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Copy that.
Let's see if we can sneak an overtake just here. Nope.
And charge button on.
Copy that.
I have to say, I thought Ferrari were going to put up more of a fight than they are doing right now, given how quick they were in quali. There's a long way to go yet. Race is a long way from being done.
And charge button off.
Copy that.
Right, now we'll get the pass done. There we go, a little block to make sure he can't come back at us.
And you've done a good job. Well done.
HAAS with an overtake there.
There we go. Right, now we can push up to the back of Hamilton. Yeah, Albon really is acting like a stopper here. Just keeping everything bottled up behind him. With Ocon and Norris trying to keep swapping positions like this. It's going to make it very hard for us to get past Hamilton. I think I've done that before. I think I've called them Ocon and Norris on a previous stream. It seems familiar. Alright, can we make a move on Hamilton here? Have we got enough pace? We haven't got the positioning. Wow, taking a very tight line there. Ooh. I thought he might have a lunge then, and I was also extremely worried about a lockup. That could have been very bad. That could have been race over. Right, I'm going to have to start using some battery to get through here. Otherwise we're just going to get further and further off the front. Despite the way we've been moving up through the field, we're still losing time. We're now 23.5 seconds off the lead. And wow, the Ferraris are nearly 7. They are 7 seconds off already. That's unexpected.
So deployed.
Copy that.
Alright, there we go. Oh, no. Hamilton is pitting. No, he's not. He's just gone very, very defensive. Can we swoop around the outside? Oh, just about. But I don't think we got DRS to Ocon.
Keep working
No,
on
we
this.
did. We did. That's okay then. If we hadn't, we'd have been in trouble.
Is that a new race position for HAAS?
Look how close those those three in front of us are. They're just nose to tail and have been for so many laps. But they are closing on Ricciardo, who has actually dropped off the back of the pack in front. That, if we can get through these guys quickly, will be useful. It'll be a stopgap, a springboard from this pack onto the next one. That's if we can get past him. Lining up a move on Ocon now. hoping the difference in tyre compounds will be nice and straightforward a pass for us here. And yeah, there we go. Much better traction out the corner.
And you are doing a good job. Keep working like this.
HAAS with an overtake.
Just need a little bit more battery use just to make sure we get inside 1 second. There we go. Right, so Norris is the slow car here. Can we go around him? Yes, we can. Excellent stuff. And Albon finds himself at the head of this little train again. Can we immediately pinch that from him?
HAAS with an overtake there.
Can have a look down the inside maybe? Nope. Thought about it. Getting close to the pit stop. Pit window's about to open up. We are 3 and a bit laps away from our scheduled pits. Ah, damn it, I made a mistake. I did not want to pass Albon before the DRS.
Good
Never
job.
mind. We could give Albon an easy pass back on us here. Ah, we held him off. And we actually got DRS back for the next zone as well. Even better. That'll whiz us straight up onto the back of Ricciardo. There we go, and then at the end of this lap we should be able to slingshot past him onto the back of Gasly. Making excellent progress through the field now. We've got the first cars into the pits. Russell is out and has gone on to hards. So Schumacher and Tsunoda's gone mediums. So a mix of strategy. Oh no, wait, Tsunoda hadn't pitted. Now he pits. And he's also gone hards. Okay, so maybe not quite as mixed as I thought it was. Oh wow, we're on the back of Ricciardo's, like literally on the back of him already. That was quicker than I expected.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
Copy.
And Sainz is in. Okay, so what are the Ferraris going to do? Going hards. Soft to hards. I think they're still two-stopping, but that looks to me like a... Wow, they could go mediums at the end, they could go softs at the end.
And you are doing a good job on tires and brakes.
HAAS have moved up the field.
And charge button off. Charge button off.
Copy.
Alright, we are through on Ricciardo and closing down the back of Gasly and Perez. This has been such an easy race for Alonso. I am amazed at how far off the pace Leclerc is, given how fast he was all through quali. He was threatening to take pole position from us at one point. And there he is, nearly 11 seconds off the back of Alonso, who hasn't used battery, apart from that tiny little squirt at the end of lap 2. And we've got Magnussen all the way back up to 7th. That's been a really good recovery. Right, it's Leclerc pitting. No, he is not. He's staying out. Verstappen's pitting, though. What's he going on to? Can't see the tyres. Oh, hard tyres. Hard tyres for Verstappen there. Bottas is in. He was one of the cars right in front of Magnussen. There's quite a few cars in the pits right now. Here's Bottas. He's going on to mediums. Albon's on mediums. Ricardo's hards, sorry, not mediums. Hards for Hamilton. Hards for Zhou. Is anybody going out on anything other than hards? I think they're all going hards.
You are doing a good job.
And we just got past Perez. I missed that completely. Let's see if we get a replay.
That's a new race position for Haas. Let's take a closer look. All eyes on Kevin Magnussen here.
Oh yeah, just squeezing his way through
Can they
there.
get past? Which moves them up a position. Back in the garage, the team absolutely loved it.
And Latifi also going hard. So we should be able to get past Gasly at the end of this lap. And that will put us up into 3rd place. Of course, we'll have some pit stops to deal with. The cars that have already jumped in that were ahead of us could theoretically undercut. You know, they're going to have a lot more fresh rubber, but it's on a much slower compound, so it'll be interesting to see if their pace is significantly faster. As there is, oh no, blocked. He dives to the inside. He's going to get him on the inside here, surely.
And box this lap, box.
Copy, box.
Right, who gets DRS? I think it's us. It was. Excellent. So we can now sprint away from Gasly as well. A nice clean in-lap. Perez is into the pits. And he's going on to hards. Stroll also on fresh tyres. And also hard. So yeah, AI is very much sticking with the we're going to go on to hard strategy. Right, have we got anyone who has pitted doing a complete lap yet? Not yet. We'll find out at the end of this lap, I think, what the pace of the hard runners is going to be. Russell did a 150.5. He is on hard tyres. He's pitted already. Waiting to see what Ricardo and Bottas do. They are the ones that were right in front of us. And Perez as well.
Okay, pit lane.
Hopefully it won't be significant. We are pitting pretty much a lap or two after them. Just a fraction under 3 seconds there. A nice straightforward stop for Alonso, who gets back out, still in the lead. As Magnussen comes in for his stop. Oh, Sainz, a 149.5, so yeah, we definitely made the right decision to stop when we did and not try and stretch those tyres. Gasly stayed out another lap, that's going to hurt him. Oh, look at that, side by side with Bottas on the exit. Oh, that was vital. We just managed to get ahead of Bottas and Perez. And Ricciardo as well. He's just behind those two. That has just made Kevin's afternoon so much easier. Leclerc is only 12 seconds up the road. He's stuck behind Verstappen right now. Sainz's early stop allowed him to do quite a significant undercut, and that's got him all the way back up to third, well, effectively P2. Gasly's going to have to pit very, very soon. He is on mediums, so he will run a little while. Ocon's on mediums as well, so they're going to be slow compared to the rest of the grid right now. But they might be one-stopping. Depends how much longer they stay out on those mediums. If they stay out for another 3 or 4 laps, they might be one-stopping. And then we go fresh mediums against fresh hards. We opened up a 2-second gap to Bottas over that lap. Alright, Sainz needs to clear Gasly very quickly. He's stuck behind him through the castle here. And Verstappen and Leclerc stuck behind Ocon. And Leclerc's through, but Gasly's going to get the DRS and get back in front again. There we go, he's going to win that drag race. Let's look behind. Ocon blocking Verstappen. Leclerc penned in, nowhere to go. And now Sainz is cleared. With the DRS open, he'll pull away, and he'll pull away quickly. Again, stuck, look.
You are doing a good job. Continue like this.
Magnussen... Oh, Magnussen passed Vettel already.
HAAS with an overtake. Let's have a look. Now just focus on the HAAS.
Just straight past him, like he wasn't even there. Has Vettel not pitted yet? No, he hasn't. He's still on old mediums. Who hasn't boxed yet? Just Vettel and the 2 Alpines. Everyone else has. Oh, look how painfully slow that is through that corner. We are steaming up on the back of these guys. We are 7 seconds behind them. And we are closing fast. Now you can see we were a 148.4 last lap. Ocon a 151.4. 3 seconds slower. And Gasly finally pits, so Ocon's staying out another lap then. Verstappen can't get through. Now Leclerc's going to try and go around the outs, down the inside, and gets him.
And Gasly just pitted now.
And there we go, Leclerc is finally going to sneak his way through. Can Verstappen follow him? No, he can't. So Verstappen is boxed in. And now Leclerc should pull away pretty quickly. We need to start saving a bit of fuel. So I'm going to do that now with Alonso. He's comfortably ahead. I'm not going to do that with Kevin yet. He is still closing in on this little group in front of him. We'll start to save when we tuck in behind. It's strange how this weekend's gone. I mean, I was really confident going into the Grand Prix weekend, given our car's performance on paper and the configuration of the track, and then I saw the qualifying, and I thought it was going to be a lot more of a struggle, and well, Alonso's just walking to victory at the moment. Kevin's spin has actually given us some real drama, as we've got a spirited fight back through the field, and he's already back up to 6th. We could still end up with a 1-2 here. He's got to close another 12.5 seconds to Sainz to get second place. Ocon finally pits. That's going to release Verstappen, who lost 2.5 seconds to Leclerc on that lap. And Vettel finally pits as well. So Ocon and Gasly have pitted. They've gone hards as expected there. And also hards. And also hards. So yeah, those guys I think are one-stopping. I think they're going to the end now. Not sure about the rest of the field. Let's take a look at tyre wear. It's still pretty good. I mean, look, 90% for Leclerc's tyres, 86, and Sainz was one of the first people to stop. So they could still be one-stopping. I have to keep an eye on that tyre wear. Right, let's take a look at the gaps. We are less than 2 seconds now behind Verstappen. Let's go back to Magnussen. There he is. that gap's just coming down with every single corner. Got so much more traction on these mediums over Verstappen's hards. But that advantage won't last forever. We will have to make another stop. We won't be able to stretch these tyres to the end. Not if we want to actually, you know, close down and catch and pass the Ferraris, or at least Leclerc. I'm not sure if Sainz is doable. Looking at that, we are, yeah, a way off still. Although we are closing, we're still, I mean, we're what, 10 seconds off him? It's not insurmountable, but we've got another stop, and I don't know if the Ferraris are stopping. If they do, second place should be ours for the taking. If they're not, it's going to be tough. But with fresh soft tyres, brand new soft tyres for the final stint, we should be at least 2 seconds a lap faster.
Yes, you are doing a good job. Keep doing the same procedure.
As we make the move up into fourth place, past Verstappen, who does have DRS on us, but is stuck behind us right now. And there we go, that was his chance. And I'm not going to give him another one, I'm going to use some battery to rocket up onto the back of Leclerc.
DRS.
Copy that.
Break the 1 second to Verstappen before we get round to the end of the lap. Okay, let's stop saving fuel and let's go into conserve mode. Let's start protecting the engine. I mean, Alonso has such a comfortable lead right now. Still need to fuel save with Kevin at some point. Okay, we're almost at the halfway point, so let's have a rundown of the order. We've got Alonso first, Sainz second, Leclerc third, fairly well spaced out. Magnussen, having spun on lap 1 and dropped to the very back of the grid, is now back up to 4th, closing in on the back of Leclerc. Verstappen 5th, Perez 6th, Bottas 7th, Gasly up to 8th ahead of Ricciardo and Norris in 9th and 10th. Albon in 11th, just knocking on the door of the points there. Ocon's dropped down a little bit to 12th. Stroll 13th. Hamilton still down in 14th. Vettel 15th. Zhou 16th. Russell all the way down in 17th, although he's just got back past Zhou. Terrible weekend for Mercedes here. Schumacher in 18th, and then the two Williams a long way off at the back in 19th and 20th. Yeah, Mercedes' pace has been nowhere this weekend. They've got to be running old engines to be that far off the pace.
And we need some lift and code for tire temps. We should slow down.
Copy that.
Alright, let's take advantage of being in Leclerc's slipstream and DRS to protect the engine a little bit and start saving some fuel. Need to save about half a kilo, get down to a similar level as Alonso. We saved we started -2 kilos, so we saved 7/10 of a kilo. in the first half of the race. So we get down to about 0.7. We should be good for the rest of the race. And because we're tucked up like this, we should save that fuel very quickly as well. I'm also going to take the opportunity, while we're in the DRS zones,
And
to
charge button
charge the
on.
battery back up
Charge
as
button
well.
on.
Copy.
It's less about putting battery back into the car. That's going to happen in the first 2 corners anyway, because the braking is so heavy, but or the first 3 corners. But it's more about not using battery for these first few corners, or barely using any. Can't stay in charge mode too long with the fuel and engine both in saving mode. We will drop out of range.
So deployed.
Copy that.
Like that. I think I left it a little bit too long there. Let's just drop the engine slightly.
And push.
We're almost done
Copy.
with fuel saving actually.
So we need to push.
Copy that.
Okay, I'm just going to get him down to 0.6 because it's taken us a while to get to 0.7. So that little extra bit of saving should mean that we then don't have to save anything else for the rest of the race. There we go, it's 0.6, so let's put that back into balance.
No
Let's
lift off
close
needed.
back up
You are
onto
doing a good
Leclerc.
job.
Yeah, copy.
A slight fuel warning. Okay, so we just need to save a touch more, Fernando. And let's Magnussen back into DRS range. There we go.
And charge button on, charge button on.
Copy.
Perez has passed Bottas. That puts Red Bull 5th and 6th. Fuel warning for Magnussen, that should go away.
And it will be charge button off.
Copy.
And now it's time for us to make our way past Leclerc and try and start hunting down sites. Let's take a look at tyre wear for the Ferraris. 70%. About where we are. They're only a little bit better than us at the moment. Still 21 laps to go. They could stay out. I don't know if they will, but they could. They could make those tyres last if they wanted to. So we can't dawdle. We are going to have to get back on it again. No way through this lap. Alonso's point total at the end of this race is going to be next to nothing, and Magnussen should be pretty big. He's had a lot of overtakes, a lot of defending as well, a lot of failed overtakes. Alonso's just driven, and that's it. He's had nothing to do. That's something you need to take into consideration when you're training young drivers as well, is how much action are they going to see. A young driver in a midfield that's competitive, a very competitive midfield, that's going to be constantly swapping positions, attacking, defending, successfully and unsuccessfully. He's going to be earning points throughout the race, all the way throughout the race. Someone who's at the front and just drives off into the distance is going to earn very little points, because they're not doing anything. Lapping cars does not count as overtaking. Alright, there we go. That's the move. Sold Leclerc the dummy. And we're into the pit window. Next lap. So we are 4 laps away from our predicted tyre stop for softs.
Typical.
Continue, keep going.
The DRS works against us this time. Leclerc retakes the position.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
Let's see if S02 is going to play spoiler. And we are coming up to lapping. I'm surprised he's so far off the pace of Latifi. I'm not surprised Latifi's so far off the pace of Schumacher. Tsunoda get out of the way. There we go. Right, pit window's open for Alonso. We don't lose a huge amount of time on a pit stop here, so we don't need to worry too much about the gap to Sainz. I think it's about 18 seconds on this circuit, so he'll come out and be on him again within 4 laps. He's going to have so much more pace on brand new softs. Same for Magnussen as well, but we do need to get past Leclerc. The longer we spend stuck behind him, the harder we're going to have to work to get back to Sainz. But as things stand, we should come out somewhere around the Perez, Bottas, Gasly battle. So ideally, I want to be out ahead of that. Don't want to be stuck behind it. So we're going to have to up the engine mode, up the tyre wear, and use some battery here to get past Leclerc and pull away from him. And then have a couple of decent in-laps.
DRS.
Got it.
Alright, we've got the position, but Leclerc's right there, and he will have DRS. Can we hold the position?
Is that a new race position for HAAS?
Yes, we can. Right, now we need to sprint. Do not want to drag him up to the back of Sainz. Well, we're going to pit before we get to Sainz, but I don't want to drag him any closer to Sainz than I can help. There we go.
We should slow down.
Copy that.
Yeah, 146.6, that's a pretty good lap. Yellows across the board, it's still nowhere near the fastest lap. Not enough grip left on those tyres. Right, let's get Alonso to up his pace now that we're getting to the pits. Both drivers are going to be boxing next lap. And I'd like that gap to get back above 10 seconds ideally. I think the Ferraris, well, Sainz in particular, I think might stop again. I might stay out an extra couple of laps just to be on the safe side here. Just in case they do, so I don't lose too much tyre wear. I'll keep an eye on pace. See what we do across the line this time round with both of our drivers. And 148.5 against a 148.5, so we're lapping about the same pace, and then a 148.3 against a 148.3, so again about the same pace. I think Leclerc's going to get DRS off Latifi here. Yes, he is. That's annoying. Alright, we'll go one more lap.
So deployed.
Yeah, Leclerc's going to get DRS off me. I wasn't quick enough to activate the deploy. Here we go.
Box now, box.
Copy, Poppers.
Pit stops confirmed. Right, it's all to see what Ferrari do now. Damn Leclerc. Alright, well, may as well stay tucked up then.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
Copy that.
Lift off needed.
Copy that.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Copy.
So charge button off.
Copy.
Copy. Pit entry.
Alright, Alonso's pit. Here we go. Got the gap up to about 11 seconds.
And charge button on.
And here comes Kevin. So Alonso's going to feed in, hopefully, ahead of Verstappen. Yep. And Magnussen, where is he going to feed in? Ahead of Perez. Nice. Very nice. So let's watch with Fernando. We haven't actually spent any time with him really, apart from lap 1. So he's now closing down the back of Leclerc. Sainz 23 seconds ahead of Magnussen. So if he doesn't pit, that is a bit of a gap. But we should be much faster on brand new softs compared to worn hards. So we should close that gap pretty quickly.
There will be charge button off.
Copy.
Okay, I'm going to go for the fastest lap after this with Alonso. Tell me he's going to overtake before we get to the DRS. Oh, he is. He just straight round the outside of him. That's a corner you're not supposed to be able to overtake at as well. Alright, here we go. Fastest lap attempt. Leclerc's going to get one hell of a tow. This is unfortunately going to put him right near his teammate. It's not what I wanted. Can't be helped. That's purple in the first sector for Fernando. Swoops around the outside there. Russell's in for the another pit stop, so that's got to be for a set of softs. It is.
HAAS with an overtake there.
And I've already broken the 1 second to Sainz before we get to the DRS detection point. Awesome stuff. This is going to be an insanely fast lap, despite being held up in the castle section. .145.0. I could push him for another lap and he'd go even faster, but I don't want to. He's done enough. There we go. Right, let's see. Kevin has closed the gap to just 3 seconds now to Verstappen. How far off the lead is he? 17.5 seconds. So he's 15 and a bit seconds, 15 and a half off sights with 12 laps to go. Tsunoda's in the pits as well, so we're seeing more and more cars. Well, I say more, it's 2 cars now, but we're seeing some of these hard runners start to pit for softs, which makes me wonder, are the Ferraris going to pit? If they do, the 1-2's guaranteed. If they don't, I'm going to have to work hard for it. Alright, here we go. We should get past Verstappen nice and quickly here. Just drifts to the right, straight around the outside. And now 10.5 seconds to go
Doing a good job.
to get back onto Leclerc. Let's use some battery so we don't get caught by Verstappen
Copy
here.
that.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
There we go. Not really going to have much an opportunity to charge back up, so I'm not going to use it all in one go. I'm going to use it sparingly because I might need it to be able to actually force the overtake, or at least to pull away if I do get the overtake. Alright, Alonso can go into engine protection mode now. And Leclerc is still creeping up on the back of Sainz. I think about 0.4 of a second a lap faster. Might not be that this lap because he has had traffic. Depends where he got past him and how easy it was. Nine laps left after this one, and those Ferrari tyres are starting to look a bit ropey. Will they stay out, or will they make a last gasp dash into the pits for some softs? They won't have brand new tyres available. They'll only have used. So they'll be about 80 something %. That's all they'll need at this point. But are they going to tough it out on those hards, or are they going to pit? I kind of want them to stay out. I don't want them to pit. Because I am catching. There's me in the background. It would make things very easy if they did pit. Just 4 seconds now, the gap to Leclerc. And he's caught sights. There we go. Inside DRS. So the Ferraris might actually start working together here. Tell you what, we might possibly even see... which Aston Martin is that? Is that Show? Or is that Schumacher? I think that's Schumacher. We might see him try and unlap himself here. He's got soft tyres on, and he's got DRS. He's certainly having a sniff. Looks like they're staying out, and they're not shaking Schumacher. Their tyres are really struggling. And there we go. There is us joining the fight. They've got so much more traction. Can we get them both here?
So you are doing a good job.
HAAS with an
Not
overtake.
quite. That probably is better actually, because we can get the other one here. Use DRS on sights.
So deployed.
Copy.
Now we'll break away from them. Oh, Leclerc tried to squeeze up the inside. Did he make it? No, he didn't.
HAAS with an overtake there.
That could have been messy. If Leclerc had locked up there, that would have been all three of us taken out.
We should slow down.
Copy that.
And there we go. 2 second gap. That's all we need.
And we'll need lift
Get the
off.
last of that little bit of fuel saving done. and we'll stick with this Ferrari battle. See if Leclerc can keep that streak of third places alive. We'll get it going again. He's had, 6 third places in 7 races. Can he make it 7 and 8? Or will Sainz take that podium? I really didn't think the race was going to be this easy for us in the end. This is kind of what I expected at the start of the weekend, but as I said, once I saw qualifying and Ferrari's pace in quali, I thought we could be on for a bit of a fight here. But that pace just never really materialised in the race. And even Magnussen, who spun to the very back of the grid and dropped 2 seconds behind Tsunoda at the end of lap 1,
Copy.
is now comfortably in second with 5.5 laps to go. Alonso spent half the race in conserve mode. He's been comfortable all race, never looked under pressure of any kind. Sainz wants that podium. He's not going to give it up without a fight. Disappointed by Verstappen as well. I thought he would have more fight in him this weekend. Again, he looked quite punchy in the first couple of rounds of quali. Looked a little off the pace in Q3. I thought that was just a bit of a misnomer, but you know, again, his pace hasn't really materialised this race either. Perez, a mile off the back of him. He's 20 seconds off the back of his teammate. 21 seconds off. And again, the Mercedes, they're still 14th and 16th. So far off the back. They've got to be running ridiculously worn engines and or gearboxes. Magnussen's got the gap up to 8 seconds over these two already. They're definitely holding each other up now. Leclerc can't seem to get the overtake done. He's also having to watch out for Schumacher behind him. Sainz is having to drive defensively to keep Leclerc behind him, and they're just costing each other time here. And look at the gap between Mick Schumacher and Latifi. Nearly a minute. That Williams is so slow this year. Oh, we've had a spin. I think that's our first yellow flag, isn't it? Since that one. I don't think I've seen another one. And Leclerc finally gets the move done as Bottas has spun.
Now we see Valtteri Bottas.
Where's he done it? Coming out the castle section.
And
Oh,
yes,
that's clumsy.
That's where they spin out.
That's not sector 1. That's sector 2. Sainz is coming back at Leclerc. And Schumacher's still looking for an opportunity to get himself unlapped. But I think any real chance he had of doing that's gone now. The grip in those soft tyres will be waning a bit. There we go, just 2 laps to go. The crowd loving this battle between the 2 Ferrari drivers. As Leclerc throws it down the inside. He hasn't quite got the move done yet. Sainz is still there. And he has to cede the position back to Sainz. These 2 are going to be scrapping like this all the way to the checkered flag. And there we go, final lap for Alonso. Magnussen coming up to the line. Now he starts his final lap. And still the Ferraris are side by side. Sainz is going to have DRS. Can Leclerc keep him back? I think he might be able to. Yes, he can. Just. So, the big question now is, can he hold him off on the run to the line? That's where it's all going to go down. And these two have been scrapping so much that Verstappen's actually closing them down. A little bit of breathing room between the two. Sainz now having to struggle against Schumacher. He needs a good exit. As Alonso takes the checker flag and the win.
Alonso has done it! Fernando Alonso is today's Grand Prix winner. Let's take a look at the replay. It's all over. Fernando Alonso picks
Dominant
up first
win
place.
for him. So comfortable.
And it's thoroughly deserved. A hugely talented driver and undoubtedly a worthy winner.
And that is going to put him back on top in the drivers' standings. Right, here we go. The showdown. Sainz has closed up a little bit. He's going to get the DRS.
You've done a good job.
Can he get alongside? I don't think he can. He finishes less than 0.2 of a second behind. So Leclerc gets another third place podium position. Seventh podium out of 8 races. And in the end, 17.5 seconds off the back of Magnussen. That's partly down to the tyres, partly down to just how much they were fighting each other there.
What a flawless weekend here from Fernando Alonso. His team must be proud. This podium is a brilliant reward for everyone's hard work over the weekend. And the talented veteran rounds off another great drive, adding to his impressive F1 podium tally. It was a hard-fought contest for all 3 drivers, each one securing precious points for their team. This is a good result.
How is Fernando
for
the
HAAS,
tallest of the
more than
3 of
enough
those
to
drivers?
satisfy the whole team.
Indeed, the team has demonstrated technical skill as well as a great deal of heart. They can be really proud of their efforts this weekend.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
For the next round in Formula One, the teams are travelling to the circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal.
Well, there we go. Yeah, utterly dominant performance from Fernando in the end. Comfortably the fastest man on track. Never looked in danger at any point in the race. Good fight back from Kevin after that first lap spin, and he ended up comfortably in second. I can't believe that he ended up pulling up a 17.5 second gap to the 2 Ferraris in the closing laps there. That was a testament to his driving and also to how much the Ferraris were holding each other up there. Max, a disappointing race for him, finishing 10 seconds back from the Ferraris in 5th. Good run for Gasly. He made that one-stop work really well, finishing in 6th. Perez, again, disappointing result for him, although he did move up 1 place from where he started. Ocon's one-stop also working out nicely for him. Bottas dropping 3 spots there. Ricciardo getting the final points. And then the Mercedes, Hamilton losing 4 places there. Russell did gain 1, but a very disappointing weekend. One to forget for Mercedes there. Into the Drivers' Championship, Fernando retakes the lead in the Drivers' Championship with his 4th win of the season. That makes it 4-4 in the two drivers. And the only difference, Fernando has had 6 fastest laps to Kevin's 2. So that is where the 4-point difference comes from. Charles Leclerc gets his 7th third place podium of the season. Sainz gets an extra position over Max Verstappen by 1 point, thanks to his 4th place finish there. Perez also moves up as Hamilton had a weekend to forget. Still very close between those two, just at 2 points in it. No points for Russell either. A good, strong result from Gasly there, sees him close to within 3 points of George Russell. Another point for Ricciardo, keeps him ticking away over Bottas. And Ocon gets himself a nice little haul of points to get nearly double his total and move him above both Alex Albon and Lando Norris. Into the constructors, and yet another maximum haul for our team. We really are taking full advantage of our car this season. Next season will not be this dominant, I can tell you that for now. Ferrari with 27 points extend their gap over Red Bull, who again had a disappointing score. Mercedes go nowhere in 4th. Alpine closed the gap a little bit, but they're still a long way off. And Alfa Romeo just sneak up a little bit on McLaren, but not by much. Still no points for Aston or Williams, and given how far off the pace they were this weekend, it's looking like that's the way it's going to stay for the rest of the season for them. There we go, 620 points in the race for Fernando, who does actually get himself a development point. He had 2 successful overtakes and 5 successful defences in the whole race. That was it. And that was when he was making his pit stops. As you can see, though, for Kevin, a lot busier on track. 21 successful overtakes, 11 successful defences, 21 failed defences, and 11 failed overtakes. Gets him a very nice points haul, and with his multiplier being 3 times that of Fernando, he gets a significant amount of points compared to his teammate. We also get a development point for Logan, which is excellent. Want to get as many points for him as possible while his growth rate is still pretty good. It is starting to slow down a little bit, so we do need to keep an eye on that and maximise how much you can actually get. Into the sponsors, we pay out the usual 440 for Kevin, but we come away with a profit of nearly $9 million from our sponsors, thanks to achieving our incentives. We completed the rather easy quali streak and got our finish position and quali position incentives done, and then the guarantees. We guaranteed fastest lap, both cars in Q2, both cars in Q3, achieved all of those, and we completed our finish position streak as well for an extra 3.5 mil. So we come out with 8.9 mil after deductions. Spare rear wing is now done. So let's take a look. We've got an ATR period coming up in a week after the Canadian Grand Prix. Let's go ahead and allocate that point to Fernando. I'm going to boost his cornering. No point for Kevin. Logan has that point. These stats are looking really nice now. Going to boost his braking. I'm going to get that up to 85, and then try and do the same for his cornering stats. And then any points we get after that will then go to get the reactions up to 85. And then once those are all on 85, that's when we will start boosting his smoothness. We'll get that up to at least 60, and then I might even throw a couple of points on his adaptability as well, or possibly his control, get his control up to 70. We'll see. But we're definitely concentrating on his pace stats this year. When did he get his next point, actually? About 2 weeks for his next points, I think. Staff, do we have any points for our staff? No, resters are way off yet, which will be the same for Jared. Our engineers are also... Oh, actually, Javier will get one after Canada. That'll be quite nice. Our facilities... let's see... what are we working on at the moment? Suspension simulator is 11 days away from that upgrade going through. We do need to improve the wind tunnel, or refurbish the wind tunnel. Actually, no, it would be a straight improvement, wouldn't it? Okay. And that's definitely more pressing than the CFD, which has got a bit more durability in it. How much is that going to cost? 12 mil. That's not too expensive. Let's go ahead and start that upgrade. Staff facilities, everything here is looking very, very nice. Scouting department is still a month away. Everything in here, oh, we've got more things starting to break down now. Okay, we need to start looking at maybe upping a couple of these. Let's go ahead and put an upgrade on the tour centre. Memorabilia room, not too worried about that right now. Same with hospitality. And again with the boardroom, given the results, they should be ecstatic. Yep, there we go. Very, very happy. Delighted with the results on the objectives as well. Happy with finances. Good stuff. Car part development. We've got 2 weeks until a new floor and suspension are done. Let's go to our emails. Okay, let's go to car setup and check the warehouse. We don't need anything else just yet. Maybe a new front wing? I think we're working on a front wing, aren't we? No, we're not. Okay. Yeah, we'll be okay on front wings, I think. We shouldn't need more than 2 spares for the next Grand Prix. Shouldn't being the operative word there. Fernando is in high mood, as you would expect after another win. Let's advance time on. And there we go. That is everything prepped and ready for next week. We are just doing 1 HAAS Grand Prix a week now. Tomorrow is going to be some more Aston Martin. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week will be Aston Martin or Challenge Mode, as it's now being being called. So we'll be picking up at round 4 at Imola with our 2 young, inexperienced drivers in Frederick Vesti and Felipe Drugovich, hoping to try and claw a semi-decent result from what is quite frankly a terrible car right now, with drivers who are very much off the pace. When we get our first big upgrade, that will help, but yeah, a lot of work to do, and with the rules that we have set in place for challenge mode, it's going to be a very long, grindy season. I think points are going to be extremely hard to come by throughout the entire season. So that's where we are tomorrow, and then Friday will be the return of Williams for season 3, our brand new driver lineup of defending champion Pierre Gasly, forgot his name for a second then. Our brand new signing George Russell will be his new teammate, and our brand new youth driver Oliver Behrman will finally take to the track and get some runs in practicing as well. And he will be subbing in for Pierre in every Grand Prix next for season 3. The world champion gets to sit out, the first session. So until tomorrow, thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.